In today's video, I'm going to share with you 2 simple keys to make sure you don't top these fairway woods and you can hit them off the deck every single time. Make sure you check this video out. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video is all going to be about fairway woods, hitting them off the deck. So no tee involved here. And what we're going to be discussing is why the majority of people that struggle with the fairway woods are actually topping them. They're struggling with contact is the big thing. It doesn't tend to be a directional thing, it tends to be strike. Topping or catching heavy. I'm going to share with you 2 simple tips to make sure you start striking these fairway woods pure. So the first part, we're going to delve straight into it, is actually trying to stop the myth. It's trying to stop that thought that we're actually sweeping the ball. What you'll see with a lot of elite golfers when they're hitting the fairway woods is they're actually brushing the grass, they're striking a little bit downwards. Now, there's a difference obviously between a lot on the way down and a little on the way down, but they're not trying to elevate the ball, they're not trying to lift the ball. Why do a lot of golfers do that, especially beginner golfers? They look down at a straighter golf club. And especially when it's not off a tee like you would start with a driver, it's that panic, it's that thought that you're trying to elevate the ball, trying to lift the golf ball. So it's getting out of that and even starting with just a few simple practice swings where we're just trying to make contact with the ground. We're just trying to make some brushing contact with the grass. And what we're going to be doing today as a tip, as a driving range drill, practice area drill, is I'm going to push a tee peg into the ground around a club head's width ahead of the golf ball, so it's just above the ground level, and we're trying to get the thought that we're hitting the ball and the tee peg. Now that could simply just be using a leaf, so we could grab a leaf on the ground if we were on the driving range mat and just put that in front and again try and actually hit the ball, disturb the leaf. So it's trying to get that feeling that we're actually striking downwards enough to brush the leaf or the divot. Now that does a couple of things. That helps me hit slightly on the way down rather than on the way up. And it makes sure to hit that thing that's in front of the golf ball, it makes sure I'm shifting my pressure towards my front foot. Because when golfers are trying to elevate the ball, we see their pressure stay too static, potentially even moving away from the target. So effectively their weight hangs back rather than actually shifting that pressure towards that lead side that we really need to do. So this exercise allows us to strike slightly downwards and make sure our pressure's going towards our lead foot. The other thing we're going to do, so the second part of this, is making sure that our arms are reaching full extension just post impact. So what I see with golfers who struggle with the fairway woods is often pressure back, and often the arms starting to bend in towards the body. Again, quite often a reaction to the ground, worrying about actually striking it and trying to lift the ball perhaps up. So what we want to make sure, on the way down, my lead arm is straight anyway, my trail arm's the one furthest away from the target that is slightly bent, but both arms should reach full extension just post impact. And I've done a few videos talking about this, that I will put some links just up here. If it's an area you struggle with, perhaps get yourself on video from this angle, look at what the arms are like at impact. If they're not reaching full extension just post impact, something you need to work on, these videos are really going to help you. So we're going to be trying to get that full extension of our arms just post impact. So what I'm going to do, first shot, is I'm just going to do a little half swing, and I'm going to try to hit the ball, clip the tee peg, and get that feeling of extending my arms. Now, the only reason I'm doing this as a half swing is I want to be able to hold this curtailed finish position just to judge what my arm structure was like. So what I want to see is extended arms, and I want to feel the pressure onto my lead side. I don't want to be into this bent position with my arms into my body. So I'm just going to do a few of, well, I would do a few of these. I'm just going to do the one, clipping the ball and that tee peg. So it's just going to be a little half swing. And I'm just going to get the feeling of extending my arms, and I'm going to pose. I'm going to hold that finish position to judge where my pressure is. So pressure onto my lead side, my arms are extended, a good position that I want to be. I've hit the ball and I've knocked over the tee peg, so I've bent it into the ground. It wasn't a divot, but I've hit enough downwards that I've got the ball and I've got the tee peg there. When I'm actually doing this in the full swing, I'm expecting to see a little bit more of a graze of the turf, but definitely got what I wanted to feel there. Obviously we're going to see a lower ball flight when we're only doing those little half swing exercises, but you will hear the quality of contact. You will hear a centered strike that we're really looking for. If you've been someone who's been struggling with topping or thinning the ball, or the opposite of that, catching them heavy, then hearing that center of the golf club is going to be a huge thing for you. So again, push that tee peg into the ground. And I'm just going to get that feeling of hitting the ball, clipping the tee peg out as well. There we go. So the aim on the downswing is feel like I'm not afraid to strike slightly downwards, to hit that ball and tee. That sets my pressure to my lead side, and I'm allowing these arms to extend. It's really going to help me. Let's give this a whirl. I definitely take that one. So I caught the ball, the turf, I've moved the tee peg, did exactly what I wanted to do there. I've just brushed the grass slightly before impact. You may well get this. It's not particularly heavy. It's just meaning that my low point, the lowest point of that divot, is just after where the ball was. But depending on how much grass is around, you are going to get some grass cutting perhaps just pre-impact. But the low point is definitely occurring after impact there. That ball flight was great, exactly what I wanted to see, straight down the middle. Definitely got that sensation of pushing the pressure towards my lead side and extending my arms in a nice shallow divot that I'd like to see. Now, I did mention at the start there, people that may struggle with a heavy strike. Of course, if we're hanging onto our trail foot, we're more likely to hit the ground. The reaction is normally to buckle the arms, and that's why we're seeing topping and thinning. So it's not a different reason. It's exactly the same reason. It's just how we react to that. Again, these two simple points are really going to change your fairway woods off the deck, off the fairway. If this video has helped, make sure you hit the thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel to never miss a video again. If you hit that little bell icon, you just get notified when the new video goes live, at least 2 instructional videos to help your game. Cheers guys, we'll see you soon.